Have you ever thought, I don't need insurance to protect my life or income if I was to die or have an accident? I think we've all had that thought, and I'll include myself in that. That is quite irresponsible to believe you're invincible like your favourite movie hero. Please give me just a couple of minutes of your time. I think you'll be surprised by what I'm just about to tell you. Hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Dan and I'm a mortgage and protection advisor. I was speaking to a client the other day and she said something really important which has prompted me to want to create this video. She said to me he wouldn't even get out of bed if I died. And she's absolutely right. There are a lot of people who their world just falls apart. I've been in this industry long enough to have met all types of people with different wants and needs. Part of my day-to-day job is making dreams come true, whether that's helping you buy a dream property to move into or remortgage to release some funds for a nice holiday or a car. But my day-to-day job also involves a rather morbid side of life, making sure you and your loved ones are protected against the one thing that comes to all of us, and that's death. We've all been there thinking we're immortal, but I'll let you into a little secret. You're not. I've always maintained I'm not a salesman, and to a degree I still do, but you seriously need to take a step back and assess if you truly are taking the right approach if you think you don't need insurance. I say this as things have changed for me personally over the last few years. I've unfortunately received the dreaded phone call to tell me my client is no longer on this earth. That is a very difficult call to take. But it doesn't just end there. I don't just pass on my condolences and move on. I have to help, and I want to help the husband or wife, son or daughter to work out their finances. But that obviously really isn't the hardest part. Everyone reacts differently to the passing of a loved one. Some people carry on like nothing has happened. Some can just become angry, and others will not even get out of bed. In the last 2 years, I've had 5 clients pass away, none of which were from coronavirus. Of those 5 people, only one person was above the age of 60. That's right, 60. And it was that person over 60 who was the only individual to have the relevant insurance in place to make sure their family were debt-free if they passed away. People die from various illnesses at all sorts of ages, and I've even experienced a client of mine being murdered. No one expects to pass away or often knows when they will do so. So you can't prevent it. Sorry. But you can put things in place in case the unthinkable does happen to you or a loved one. There are so many types of insurance policies available, from the basic policy of covering a person's death to critical illness cover for adults and children, and even insurance to cover the life of a child who is a stillborn. I'm sorry if this is a little bit difficult to listen to, but there's a reason for that. It's not only insuring your life that you should think about, you should also consider protecting your income. If you were to have an accident or become ill long term, your employer is unlikely to pay you for more than 3 months. If they do, you're lucky, but you should find out how long they'll pay you your wages for, because I'm fairly confident it just won't be long enough. If you're self-employed, you could potentially have an even bigger problem, and you can't just rely on the government statutory sick pay either, because that is practically next to nothing. I'm not saying insurance is for everyone, but it's certainly for the majority. I seriously can't stress enough how important having insurance in place can be. I've literally seen families and individuals break down through the financial pressures when someone passes away, even if they weren't the main earner. Even if you don't work, you should consider insurance. What if you're a parent who looks after the children whilst your partner is at work? What would you do if your partner passed away? You can't simply continue to stay at home and look after the children. Who is going to work to earn the money so you can put food on the table for them? I really don't want to go into detail about any of my clients and the consequences of them passing away, but I can promise you it's tough. It's really, really tough for those who they've left behind. And I know they wouldn't have wanted it to be. This is why insurance is so important to think about. By having the relevant type of insurance in place, it won't bring the person back, but it will help tremendously by relieving the financial pressures. It's not just about paying off a mortgage or paying the rent. If someone passes away, you want them to have the best send-off you can give them, or money to take the children on holiday to help them. So even a small life insurance policy can help in so many ways. If you've made it this far, you have done the right thing. You're halfway there. Do yourself a favour and seek professional advice surrounding insuring yourself. Please watch this video. It's about a fellow mortgage advisor and his own first-hand experience of needing insurance. It really is a moving story. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.